All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert patch notes reading. So today is May 29. We got some interesting things to cover today, and I think this is pretty good for all of you life skillers today. So I skimmed it a little bit earlier, but we're going to read it just in case any of you guys don't actually read the patch notes but watch my videos. So I'll give you my thoughts and opinions and on everything. So if you want to read this for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. It's just the official patch notes. But yeah, so 2 years of global self-publishing. So for all of you who are new to this game, BDO used to be published by Cacao, and then Perlibus took over basically all the regions, so it's self-published and everything. So anyway, with that said, another event that's returning: Monsters Gathering and Fishing. Basically, this is a returning event. Do any of those things, get rewards. So yeah, I think this is a good one. If you see premium boxes or outfits and then big fat 150 stacks, those are always good. And these, so definitely, if you have been taking a break or playing another game, at least leave your game on to AFK fish, and then you'll get the rewards. Let's see, 1,000 Cron stones and special login rewards. Cron stones always nice. Hopefully you guys have been taking advantage of that event where you kill the shining box and get like 2 hours to your value pack. And yeah, I think I got a few days worth of it, so that's always nice. A new 7-day coming in. Yeah, let's see what else. Gathering, farming, and training. Let me see. Royal Fern Roots for all of you going for tier 10 attempts, mythical feathers, and then Stonetail Windmills, anyone who's horse training. Royal Fern Roots have never really been a bottleneck for me, just because I've been going for it for a while, but it's definitely something I would recommend people to do if you are planning on going for tier 10s in the future. So just start doing them weekly, and then you'll probably have more than you know what to do with. Mythical feathers are a bottleneck, but I mean, you just get lucky buying them or putting an order on. Sometimes you just win 5 of them at a time, and then it's like, nice. All right, so this is the one thing I wanted to talk about. So for all of you who are sailors and barterers out there, we all know that upgrading your boat gear is probably one of the most tedious things out there. And I only have one blue carrot piece, but I wanted to do this years ago, and I just got kind of tilted waiting 12 hours for one enhanced click. So yeah, they actually changed it years later. So basically, they're simplifying all the materials needed to enhance. They've been doing this for the past year, simplifying and removing the old items, combining into one, like unifying everything. So it's finally that time where sailors actually get a lot of upgrades, and it's easier to do that now. So is one material, the tidal blackstone. Before, you would have like the sunset stone, the orange one, the yellows, the blues, and all the other like tedious things where you have to combine it into the one that upgrades the Carrack. Now it's just one stone, which is actually good. So I might actually go back to enhancing sailing, like boat gear and stuff. So yeah, before you'd have to have the 3 different color marbles, and then you turn the marbles into blackstones. This was actually one of the most tedious things I've ever had to do. Like, I just wanted to upgrade my boat gear, and now you just use one different kind of stone, and these are, I guess, the equivalent. So if you had these in the past, they got converted to tidal stones. I think I got a bunch of them. Like, I'd never had any sunset stones, because if you had this one, this is the one you use for upgrading boat gear. But I've had like the blues and or yellows and stuff, and so I probably have a few of these now. They got sent to your Heidel storage, just in case you didn't know. I checked it, they sent the mail, and it's like, here, we did this, check your Heidel storage. So in game, that's where you find it. This is boat gear. The one that really matters for the most part is Carrack Advanced, or not Advanced, but like this is blue gear essentially. So from 1 to 10, you need 50 tidal stones. It was they didn't change it. It's basically the equivalent of a sunset stone, which is it's just unified. They didn't change the number value essentially. So yeah, previous Great Ocean Blackstones and compensation. I could have sworn we just read that, but apparently they gotta fill a quota and then post the screenshot again. But okay. Tidal Blackstone, some exchanging level to 2 to 3 trade sea goods, so bartering. You would, instead of getting Blackstones, you get Tidal Stones. I think that's cool. I've never done that, but then again, I don't think I've bartered for Blackstones. I've always bartered for the materials and then turned it into other stuff, but I think that's a good thing. It's just a change. Defeating Great Ocean sea creatures. Removed some, and they basically removed all of these and then added the equivalent in terms of that. I have never gotten a sunset stone from a sea monster before. I wonder how rare it is. Then again, I don't go sea monster hunting that often, but I've gotten like the basic ones, but I've never gotten any of the bottom 3, the ones that give a lot of the tidal stones before. Quests and barters. Yeah, this is actually where you get a lot of them. I've done quests where you can get the different Blackstone types, so just changed. I think this is just saying that they changed all the materials for everything. So basically everything's just unified and they told you what to do, but they said the same thing like 7 different times. All right, so this is actually something that I think is good to talk about. This is more for, I would say more for endgame players than anyone else, but I think it's interesting. So they synchronized the market prices of 2 different types of defensive gear. So there's DR and evasion. We all knew that already. And then they changed it for the gloves and the shoes. So basically, you know how DR was generally slightly more expensive than evasion, just because not everyone is at the end game level, but more people use DR over evasion. Now they're just like synchronizing the price of that so they're even. So that really only affects end game players, I'm going to be honest, but I think it's a good change overall. The price for evasion type has been adjusted to match the DR. Yeah, basically the way DR and evasion works is kind of like evasion is very good, but at the very high end game, whereas from like day 1 of you playing all the way to up until the end game, most people I would recommend running DR, just because it'll just be overall more effective, and for some grind spots DR is slightly better than evasion. So yeah, I think for about like 90% of people, DR is generally the way to go over evasion, myself included. But yeah, I'm glad everything is unified. And all orders for people who had stuff on the, like gloves and Nator shoes just got canceled, so make sure to relist your thing and or put your order back on. Tungrad Ruins. I have a lot of hours in this spot, actually. I have my telescope. Fix an issue where some monsters did not spawn. That's cool. I wish they told us where some monsters didn't spawn, but like there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different notable rotations at Tungrad Ruins, and at least the spot that I grind did not have that issue. So, or the 2 spots that I grinded did not have that issue. So must be one of those spots where I wasn't at. Quests and knowledge. During the Silent Hanging Gardens quest, Trace of the Ancient Gervish Hidden Falls. Oh my god. Okay, so this is Duvinkroon something. Emits more intense light. So for all of you who are basically playing this game on 0 brightness and or negative brightness, they made it more obvious. Very cool. Beginner quest changed. More knowledge. Okay, so Node War and Sieges. So I made a video the other day, actually, you guys can watch this. We're actually doing a giveaway of some outfits, and make sure to check that video out for more information on how to enter and everything. So that's a video from the other day. Check that out. And we talked about the whole node war changes and my thoughts and opinions, how it works and everything. Just all the information that you need to get into wars in the future. So basically with this system, you don't build a base as much as you did before. You still build like your Hawachas, your flame towers, your elephants and everything, but you don't build like a full wall off everything. And I mean, you still could, but it's like less relevant now. And so what you would do is like basically throw your body on fort, protect it, and you're good. So they drop the DP, or like the amount of health the towers and basically all the buildings have, by a little bit, and durability is changed. So essentially, I think that Pearl Abyss wants Node Wars to be more about the like PvP, like player versus actual player, not like buildings. So essentially, if you have a, what is it, the Trina axe at like Tet or Pen, it is actually probably more important now, but they want it to be more on the aspect of fighting other players and not just like tanking the buildings and stuff. So I think this is an interesting change. I'll see how it works. Will it make a notable difference? I have no idea. So yeah, there's a lot of changes that we talked about, and I think that overall it's a good thing. So if you want to watch more, once again, check out that video from yesterday. This is what the thumbnail looks like. And yeah, make sure to actually watch the video, and we're doing some outfit giveaways. So if you want free crons, got you. All right, so UI changes. We improved the item collection gauge to now automatically appear in combat zones, making it more convenient for PvE prone adventures. I think in my thousands of hours of grinding, I've only forgotten to turn on my item collections or loot scroll thingy like one time. Because like if you take grinding semi-seriously, even if you're just like watching something on the other show, you kind of notice like the timer ticking down. You know what I would do in game? Where your health bar and like all the big UI at the top left is, I would just put something there and it's just like on, off, level 1, 2, 3 in a square box. And then I think that will make it so you never forget again. But apparently this is another option, and like, is it a big deal? No, I don't think so. But I think it's good that they're making sure people don't forget. So that's a huge change. And for all of you who are hunting out there, they are changing which types of saps are used in each recipe. So some of these are actually worth doing. I'm not really sure about artisan, but I know the master ones, or like the highest tier taxidermy stuff things, are definitely worth selling. So if you do any hunting, I do think it is profitable. They're just changing the type of saps used, and yeah, it is definitely worth still making these, most likely, and we'll see. So a bunch of fix the issue where water at a specific location in Odalita Castle is flowing in the opposite direction. Who notices that? Who's even at Odalita Castle outside of war? And that, even if you're looking at it at war, this is not something you notice, but I don't know. I'm glad they fixed it. It's just, how do you find these issues kind of thing? Various class... Female classes, fix the issue where dyeing part 3 of the Celestia armor did not apply to white colors. Did a lot of you have that issue that it's like high priority fix? I don't know that. Do you guys remember for the manor, they said they're gonna do like some... They have this NPC in various towns like that did the auction things that they've used exactly one time in the years I've been playing this game. I wish that you could pay a set amount of price, or like silver, and just keep your manor permanently instead of like the time gated rental. Like, I understand that you rent it for, it's not even a lot, like 365 mil for a year. That's nothing. But I wish you could just buy it permanently. It's kind of like real life, where you have to have one extra thing to think about in real life while you're paying rent. So, you know, like, if they could just make things easier, let me just pay more and have it permanently. And so, yeah, that's the thing. More unified stuff, quality of life, things to be more natural. I think very cool. So with that said, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the patch notes reading. For all of you who are life skillers out there, today was a week for you. Was it a big update? No, not really, but at least there's a couple events going on. So at least if you took anything away from this video, is just make sure to log on, and you know, if you don't play the game, at least leave your game on AFK fishing, and then you'll get some materials. So that's it. That's all from me today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day, and make sure to, once again, to check out that video. And we'll be doing a giveaway for some outfits, and you can read and figure out how to do all that as well. So yeah, peace.